fantastic volleyball match for so many reasons, not least of all because of that stadium right there. Open air volleyball is what we are playing today. We're coming to you live from the Arena di Verona in Italy, where the two teams recently entered the stadium. The nervous and excited energy rampant as per usual for a tournament of this caliber. It has been an exciting summer of volleyball already so far, between the CEV Golden League, the Volleyball Nations League, even the Challenger Cup, the winner of which will take part in the VNL next year. Spoiler alert, it's one of the teams you're going to see competing in this tournament over the next few weeks. Well, the finals of this year's Eurovolley are going to be held in Belgium, September 1st and 3rd. Make sure you tune in for that, or just try to show up in person if you can. The atmosphere will be electric. For now, though, a long road to get to the finals, and it all begins today, right here, right now, in this fantastic stadium where the players are just getting ready for hitting lineups. Italy and Romania, they're two of 6 teams in Pool B, also including Bulgaria, Croatia, Switzerland, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Italy in the blue, they are defending champions. They're hosting this pool. Interestingly, no country has hosted or co-hosted more European championships than Italy. No surprise, they do love their volleyball and we love them for it. This one being lucky number 5. Italy has won their 3rd European title in 2021. They beat Serbia in the final. That was a good record, but only Russia has won the European Championships more than 3 times. In fact, they won a whopping 19 times if you include 13 times as the Soviet Union. It's been a good performance. It will be a good performance over the next few weeks. Italy could win back-to-back European titles for the 2nd time. They won their first 2 titles in 2007, 2009. And today marks Italy's 22nd consecutive appearance in the European Championships since way back in 1979. Coach Davide Mazzanti has brought, well, some of his best players are out on court today. We will see them in action. For Romania, this is their 27th participation in the championships. They've been far from dominant, with their only podium finish a 3rd place in 1963. Despite hosting in 2021, Romania lost all 5 of their matches, winning only 3 sets in total. So on paper, this might look like a David and Goliath match. There's only one record of these two teams competing, and it was actually Romania who took the W. That was in the women's European Games back in 2015, when Romania swept Italy 3-1. However, this summer, Italy, well, they've taken on some heavy competition in the VNL. They finished 6th in those standings. They were knocked out by Turkey in the qualifications, but they had a super showing. They went 8-5 overall. Took out some tough European competition as well, including Croatia and Bulgaria, who are contenders not only in this competition, but also in this same Pool B. Romania, they went 1-3 in the European Golden League earlier in June. They lost to the likes of Czech Republic and Slovakia, who are part of Pool C and Pool D in this competition respectively. But Bulgaria have plenty to be optimistic about. They've brought a tough squad, a mix of veterans and up-and-coming players, to battle the defending champions today. Well, there's plenty of players to keep an eye on both sides. Romania's got a tough battle ahead of them. Italy's not going to make it easy. The reigning champs, they've brought a surprise roster to the tournament. Rumors have been flying about the motives for leaving behind the likes of libero Monica Di Gennaro or middle blocker captain Christina Kirikella. But remember, the summer doesn't end here. Olympic qualification tournament is just around the corner. So maybe Davide Mazzanti is resting some legs mid-summer. We will see. Having said that, on the other side, a couple of players to look out for. Captain Adelina Ungurianu, the 23-year-old outside player. She plays well beyond her age, has been a staple in Italy, in fact, the last couple of years between Pinerolo, Cuneo, Busto. She will be well known by her opponents and the entire stadium here today. The crowd just settling in, starting to feel the excitement. As a lot is on the line. This first opening match for both these two teams Lots to play for. Well, I mentioned Ungurianu. She's the captain of that Romanian squad. She's a really aggressive player. She's got a heavy arm, some sharp angles. Italy's going to be on the lookout for those. Romania, they like to use her in tricky situations, both from the front court and in the pipe. And I think she's going to be a go-to for some important points for sure. Another rising star on the Romanian side is opposite Elizabeth Inevarga, the 24-year-old opposite. She's got a killer serve, corner to corner, that Italy's going to have to be ready for. Also a go-to for high ball release sets, and when she gets enough height, she can pretty much hit over any opponent. Now, most of the players today on that Romanian side did take part in the team that took home bronze for the European Golden League in 2022, and they're going to be looking to start strong in their quest for a European Championship title, potentially starting today. But Davide Mazzanti, I think he's going to have other ideas. He's got a star-studded lineup. He's got Alessia Oro at the helm, Anna Danesi in the middle, and superstar Paola Egonu is back in action after taking the VNL summer off. So fans will be delighted to see arguably the best attacker in the world, also the MVP of Champions League in 2023, and the best scorer of the Club World Champs in 2022. Sorry, the World Champs in 2022. She'll be back on court today. Well, the stage is set for a fantastic opener, and I cannot wait to get underway. If you're just joining us, make sure you go grab some snacks, get yourself a drink. We are going to meet the starting lineups shortly. For now, all the players getting their arms warm, getting the legs moving, getting the blood flowing. This is the moment in the match where you really start to get that mental preparation going. You start to acclimatize to the atmosphere. You start to feel the fans in the stadium. I can tell you as a player, there's so many different elements that go into the preparation of a match. I know Coach Santi there, of course, is looking at tactics and strategies, but the players, as you can see, Paola Egonu just vibing away there to the music, because players all get ready in different ways, and it's just so important. At this stage right now, the music is playing, you're starting to warm up your arm. This is the moment where a lot of players kind of get in their own mind and start thinking about what they might have to do to win the game. There's captain of Romania, Adelina Ungurianu, the 23-year-old. We spoke about her a little bit earlier. She plays the outside hitting role, but again, she's played in Italy, so she certainly knows the team on the other side. Elizabeth Ine, she also is going to be a go-to player on her side. We talked about her a little bit. She loves those high balls. She's really aggressive there at the peak of her height. So Italy does have a tall block she'll be trying to get over. Alessia Oro, Olympian, as you can see from her tattoo. She's going to be feeding it up, dishing it up to her teammates. She's one of the best in the game at it. So tough to read. The middle blockers from Romania are going to have to be really on it to pay attention to where she's sending the ball. And of course, well, Paola Egonu, no surprise there. She is back out on court, and the fans will be loving to see it. One of the best in the world, and for good reason. Coach Guillermo Naranjo Hernandez there on screen with Davide Mazzanti. As we get a little bit of slow-mo action rolling into the warm-up. Love to see these really close-up shots. It doesn't get any closer than that. I'm a little bit of a camera geek myself, so I love those slow-mo shots. But here's the lineup. Here's who we're looking at for Italy. Some players you're going to recognize, some of the names out there, no surprises. Oro, Danesi, Bacalor, Squarcini, Parocchiale in the libero jersey. And again, Antropova, who I believe has just confirmed her Italian national citizenship. She has dual citizenship with Italy and Russia. Again, a couple of players left at home. We don't see Sara Bonifacio. We don't see Alessia Gennari. Monica De Gennaro, Cristina Chirichella, but Italy has so many options in their roster that they have brought the best of the best nonetheless. Romania, well, here's who we're looking at. Some faces, some players that we're going to get to know over this matchup. Of course, in Europe, they're pretty well known themselves, but we haven't seen Romania in the VNL or this summer, so a couple of fresh faces to get used to. I'm going to be looking out for the likes of Ungurianu. Again, she plays in Italy. She's played Busto, Cuneo, currently in Pinerolo. Have a look at this stadium. If you are not impressed by a volleyball court inside of an open air stadium, then I just don't know what possibly could impress you. It's the best of both worlds. Beach volleyball meets indoor volleyball, and well, that's one of the main reasons as well. Enough space for all the fans to fit in. So if you just happen to be in Italy, in the vicinity of Verona, stop by. Go get yourself some tickets and head over to the stadium in person, and you can cheer on as these Conegliano fans are doing. Alternatively, if you can't get there in person, there's plenty of action to get in on from home as well. You can head over to the cev.eu website. You can predict the winners of the match. You can head over to the Game Hub and learn all the stats and scores and information, the team rosters, literally anything you want to know about this match that's coming up, you can find over there on the website. Of course, if you're enjoying it, you can always tag us in the socials. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're cheering from. We love getting involved with the fans at home. One of my favorite parts is being able to interact with the fans. This Italian team also has a couple of ambassadors, some CEV Eurovolley ambassadors. That's Alessia Oro and Miriam Silla, who've been working hard to get involved with the fans and bring you guys closer to the action as we get closer to the action here on court.
It's time to meet the teams. First, please welcome Romania. First out, number 1, Diana Arizon. Next, number 2 is Diana Veresh.
Well, the players heading out on court: Diana Ariton, number 1, Diana Verez, number 2, Rodica Gutierrez, the 24-year-old outside hitter, was the best outside hitter in the Romanian league in 2022. Raiza Ayon, the 25-year-old middle blocker, plays for Alba Blaj. Number 6, Mahela Albu, the libero, won the Romanian league and the cup in 2014. One of our players to watch, number 7, Elizabeth Ineverga, the opposite, who plays next season in Poland. Radu, the 21-year-old setter, part of that European Golden League bronze squad in 2022. Yarina Luana Axinte, 18-year-old, playing in Alba Blaj. She'll be setting. Backup setter, number 11, Adriana Maria Mete. Actually played a little beach volleyball as well in 2018. Now back on the court. Roxana Roman wearing the number 14 jersey, heading out onto court. 15, Sorina Miklaus, the 24-year-old, part of the European Silver League winners in 2019. Dalia Virlan, number 18, plays for Dinamo Bucharesti in Russia since 2021. Another one of our players to watch, Adelina Budai Ungurianu, the 23-year-old, again plays in Italy, Nerolo. Dona Zadorojnai, the number 21 jersey, played for CSM Targoviste in Romania last season. Of course, head coach Guillermo Naranjo Hernandez has been head coach since 2022, previously head coach of Greece. Next season headed over to Galatasaray in Turkey. And with that, we move on to meeting the players of Italy that have been brought by coach Davide Mazzanti. Starting off strong, Marina Lubian almost hitting the camera as she runs out. Playing for one of the best teams in the world in Conegliano. De Gradi, 27-year-old. She's been all over the place in Italy. Visto Cuneo, Brescia, Firenze, Legnano, Pesaro. Headed to Valle Foglia next season. Francesca Bozio, the setter for Novara. Number 7, Eleonora Fersino in the libero jersey. Also a Novara player, was the best receiver in Italy in 2023. Alessia Oro, a name we will all know well. She's one of the ambassadors for the CEV Eurovolley this summer. Wearing that number 8 jersey. Anna Danesi in the middle blocking spot. Two-time Olympian. Gets all the high fives from the team. Pietrini headed over to play in Russia in Dinamo Bars, formerly of Scandici in Italy. The number 15, Silvia Nwakalour, 24 years old. Part of that Eurochamp squad in 2021. Miriam Silla in the captain jersey. Hear the roar for her. Another one of the ambassadors for CEV Eurovolley. Playing in Milano. Alegonu. She's the one everyone's been waiting to see. The opposite, one of the best in the world. Headed back to play in Italy after being in Vakifbank last season. Federica Squarcini, number 19. Well, she's a Conegliano player as well. No surprise there. One of the best teams in the world. The best players on the team as well. Beatrice Parrocchiale in the libero jersey. She's been in Milano since 2019. Tomurui. Dual nationality with Italy and Nigeria. And freshly into the Italian boat is Katerina Antropova. Italian and Russian player. Wanting to strengthen the squad as they head towards their fight for an Olympic bid starting this summer. And there you go. All the players are now out on court in this matchup for Italy and Romania. It's going to be a big one. The hosts, Italy, are putting on a spectacle already. This arena is one of the best places to play volleyball. Probably one of the best to watch volleyball as well. I cannot wait for this match to get underway. That doesn't give you goosebumps. I have a feeling hearing your national anthem inside might do it. So here we go.
the national anthem of Italy.
Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen a more beautiful sight than the Italian national anthem sung by the volleyball team in a stadium like this? I've got chills, and it's not even my own anthem. That is probably one of my favorite moments so far in commenting on international volleyball. Well, we are just about ready to get underway. A couple of our referees to introduce first of all. First ref, Marie-Catherine Boulanger from Belgium. And the second referee, Michael Koutsoulas of Greece. They're going to be presiding over the activities as the players give the customary handshake. A lot of respect between all these players that'll know each other really well, playing together and against each other throughout Europe over the years. But there can only be one winner, and this is step number one towards making it to the championship. Let's meet the players. First up for Romania, number 5, Reza Ioan. Number 7, Elizabeth Ine. Number 18, Dalia Virlan. Adelina Ungurianu, number 19. Libero. Number 6, Michaela Albu. We should get a confirmation of that starting lineup. Indeed, we do. Number 3, 5, 9. 7, 18, and 19. Well, that is the starting lineup for Romania. They've got a big ask in front of them as we meet the players of Italy. First up, Marina Lubian in the middle blocking position. Alessia Oro, number 8, will be setting as per usual. Anna Danesi, the other middle blocking spot. Elena Pietrini, number 14, rounding it out in the outside. Miriam Silla, the captain. Number 7, Eleonora Fersino. And number 24, Katarina Antropova, the youngster, only 20 years old, in the opposite spot. No Paula Egonu for now, but she's always going to be a threat from the bench. But this is an intense starting lineup for Italy, put out by Davide Mazzanti, head coach since 2017. Also head coach in Perugia, formerly of Conegliano, Casamaggiore, Piacenza, and Bergamo. Quite the record of wins. A couple of Champions League medals as well, a gold and a silver. On the other side of the net, Coach Hernandez. He previously coached in Potsdam, Argoviste, Stuttgart, Poland. Headed over to Galatasaray next season. Been at the helm since 2022 here with Romania. We're underway. First ball has been served to get us going here at the CEV Eurovolley competition 2023. Romania on the left in the yellow, Italy on the right in the blue. Shots are fired, and it is Romania to put themselves on the board here in this beautiful stadium, the Arena di Verona. Romania now with the serve. Pietrini handles that nicely. Antropova with her first crackdown. The sharp and fast whip of an arm coming out in style for Antropova, the newly dubbed Italian player. I have a feeling she'll be making a huge difference to this team going forward on their Olympic quest. Well, Ina goes for it again. A little longer that time. That's a good ball in and a nice fast set to the outside. So Ina trying to get on top of that early. Just misfired. Ball behind. Zungurianu doing her best with that one. Wasn't quite in her hitting wheelhouse. Went a little high with it, but again, when you're going up against this massive block in front, you got to try and do something smart with it. Good start for Italy, 3-1. Ball out of system. Romania again rolls off the hands of the block. Silla keeps that alive. Antropova, she's dug. Chance again. Ungrianu tips it over. Danesi all over it. Antropova one more time. This time a tip. Slows things down. Ine goes for it again. Into a massive block. Lumyan teaming up with Antropova, making an absolute wall in front of that attack. Here's a little slow-mo action of that again. There's the tip. Danesi still on the line. Fastball through the middle. That's what Romania needed. Had to get out of that and quick. Big swing out of Aoan. Raiza won. She actually helped her team win the Romanian League in 2023. Getting her firing early on in this matchup. Antropova again. Quicker. Still a high ball, and she likes a lot of height when she attacks. She is 2 meters and 2, so she can pretty much go over anybody in front of her. So you get that ball high enough, and Oro is going to know that. Feed that ball with a lot of height. Getting her firing nice and early. Antropova handled. Ball's out of system, though. Has to be a free ball. Easy pickup. Casino on that, off the hands. And I like seeing that. The middle blocker getting some action as well. Lubian getting a fast set behind. Two of them smiling about it, because what better opportunity than a free ball to give your middle some action. Lubian high, she's early, she's waiting for that ball, and she's cutting it off, taking that direction clean. Well, first timeout's called. We'll head over to the timeout.
Prima palla lì d'alzata, aspetti tanto e l'attacchi tanto, non giochiamo le palle troppo alte che poi...
Signore e signori, è il momento di farvi sentire le mani.
Well, one of the good things about having spent 2 years playing in Italy, I did pick up a little bit of Italian, and I think what I caught Coach Mazzanti saying there is not to set the ball too high. He got cut off after that. We lost the mics, but I think what he's saying is add some speed, try to beat the block. Of course, it's a little bit opposite from what I was just saying. Feed your tall players high balls. As long as you're still reaching high, that's important. But you don't want to give too much time to the blockers on the other side to close it up. Ball to the outside for Romania. They go off the block. Chance again. This one quick miscommunication between two players. Silla and Pietrini looking at each other for that ball. I'm not 100% sure. It looked like it was a back row set because it was a little bit off the net, but so far inside. So maybe Pietrini not realizing that was for her. Silla certainly looking at her as well, but at least they're trying new things. Mazzanti giving the thumbs up. See some creativity out of it. That one a little bit wider. Silla for sure on that. Free ball coming back over. Chance again. Second rip, and it falls. A little bit more clarity on those sets. Otto making sure Silla knew that was for her 2 times in a row. Second time of asking goes down the line over her shoulder. A lot of heat on that one. She'll head back to serve. Finds Undrianu. Ball outside, not the hardest swing, picked up. Italy ripping it back. Lubian again involved, and I love this about Otto's setting style. You'll see a real variety every time she goes to touch the ball. This time, she's running forward, pushes it back. She's finding her middle, even in that difficult situation. Never predictable. Great ball in. Romania with a chance, and they take it down to the middle back. It's a great swing on the outside. Veronica Gutierrez gets some speed on that, and I like that the middle is holding the Italian middle as well, leaving a one-on-one out there. That's going to be important as well for Romania not to rely too heavily on those big high swings. Got to keep their middle honest. Well left. Now Otto's one of those players who loves to be a little tricky with it, and I think she was very close to getting that exactly where she wanted, just a couple of inches too wide, but it's a great shot by her and a good choice, at least to try and make something out of a tight ball. Ball's called wide. Now we know Ina is one of the better servers on this Romanian squad. She can get that really deep corner. She'll hit those throughout the match. But when you're adjusting to a new court, and in this case a new stadium, an open air stadium, finding that, reining it in a little bit might be the challenge. Great serve from Lubian. Puts a bit of spin on it too. Looks like she's going for the float, the flat serve, but spins it, goes dropping in front of the player, and no control to keep it back. Goes for it again. Think she might have touched the end line. Yes, referee agrees. Romania at 6-10. Ball straight down the middle to Silla. She's forcing a high ball to the outside. Another out of system from Romania. Cross court. That's well dug. Chance again for Antropova. She goes off the hands. Heavy and hard. And that seems to be her attacking strategy at the moment. We know she can hit high and over the block, but she's really looking for hands in that situation, falling a little bit wide outside of her hitting window, but still bringing it back inside in the direction she wants to go. Straight down the middle. Out of system again. Romania has to high ball on the outside, and you can see there Gurianu is a couple of feet off the net. That's not a perfect hitting situation. She does really well to handle it, though. It's a bump set. She knows she's at the inside. Watch how wide the block went. They took just that tiny extra step. She can see the court, and she knows she can swing low. Silla on that finds Otto, who feeds it up. Danesi, that connection right there. Otto, Danesi, all day long. They both played together in Monza. We've seen them push that shoot set, and they find that zone. You see the two players kind of diving in on the other side. That's gold. That's 9 times out of 10 a point. Otto stepping in the jump set. Well, doesn't land. Into the block, and we love a great block. Italy dominating in front of their home crowd. Beautiful pickup there for Romania to keep themselves alive in it, but the blockers read that so well. Silla and Danesi feeling really good about that. Pietrini. We didn't get a slow-mo recapture of it, but I loved that jump set. She fed up to Silla there earlier. You see a lot of that more in the men's game, especially the Japanese players do it a lot. Nice to see her bringing it into the women's. Flat serve. Otto back to Danesi. There's the block, but the self-cover. Ine into another massive block, sprawling out defense. She goes again. Good pickup by Silla. Good body court awareness and the quick feed back to Danesi. I almost want to say you knew it was coming, but you didn't, unless you watch Italian volleyball often. Great read there by Juan in the block. But the second time Danesi creates a bit more space. You see second time going, she adds that distance between herself and Otto. Ina looking for the fingertips. Ingriano asking the coach, maybe, do we challenge? Do we have another look at it? Is this the moment? It's 15-8. You've already got Italy having built themselves a 7-point lead. Again, lower this time. She's dug. Chance for Antropova, deep to the corner. Does she tag it? Nope, not that time. I like the idea. I have to say, you always want to swing deeper when possible. And in this situation, it's a bump set from the middle blocker. It's not a perfect set. You see how high she's hitting anyways. She's going over the block, aiming for that deep corner of baklava. Doesn't get it this time, but not a bad idea. Italy off to a great start so far, 16-9. Antropova. Likely going to be looking for an ace serve here. Let's see what she gets from the crowd, adding some enthusiasm. Going for a top spin. Ooh, very close. 91 kilometers an hour. She's one of the better servers out there, was the best server as well as MVP of the CV Cup in 2023, where her team won gold. Just misses on that occasion, but look out for her honing that in and getting a couple of aces as the match moves forward. Silla into a big block and out of bounds. Gets that ball a little off the net, but look at the compression of her body as she pulls everything into it. Ine is in the right spot. Arms just a little wide, leaving that space. Push back to Ine. High ball, off hands. Sending a little bit of taste of their own medicine back to Italy. Italy's been using hands so far. With a high ball, we talked about that's one of her go-tos. Doesn't need that much speed, but certainly needs some height to work with. Again, as much as we love this open air volleyball stadium, I have to put my mind in the head of a player and think it changes things. There's the wind factor now. There's the temperature of the air. There's a lot of different things that can affect your serve that you don't think about. Oh, great pickup. Here's the rundown. Free ball coming. Chance for Romania. Can they turn things around here? Over. Yes, indeed. Beautifully done. Marina Azinte. Love that aggression out of her. Italy sees the free ball coming. They're thinking, get in front of your player. And they forgot about the setter. You can never forget about the setter. When she's front row, she's always an option, always a threat. Silla. Into Ozio, who's been subbed in for Italy. Doesn't change anything though. Iganu as well on the court. A couple of changes for Italy. Romania do a fantastic job to turn things back around to their direction. Steal another point. 13-18. Nothing is said and done just yet. Silla, Bosio. Pietrini, does she find the corner line? No, just wide. Pietrini sporting the fresh locks. Look good, play good, as they say, and that's a beautiful angle out of her, just that little bit wide. Not enough real estate over there to work with. Goes for it again, more heat on that. Protected by Romania. They'll go again. And the error is creeping back in. Well, that's unfortunate. It was a little bit of a difficult spot, though, in it having to kind of like fall over her shoulder there to keep that in play. Double sub, reverse, Auto back in. And Tropova as well, you can see there in the front court. Romania still at the serve, goes aggressive. Gradi, 27-year-old outside hitter, subbed in for her serve, goes topspin. Big pick up there in the backcourt. Persino, credit to you, my friend. What a dig. Well, the crowd know these players all so well, but have a look at that. One-armed stab, keeps the ball in play. Then De Gradi getting involved with a big swing from the backcourt. I like that from Auto, setting her up. She's first in the game. Now we got a timeout.
She's catching you going up always. Try to go a little bit earlier. Okay? Always the pure level.
The beauty of having a foreign coach is that usually the timeouts are going to be in English, so we get to listen in and understand everything, or at least think that we understand and think that we know what's going on there. Hernandez reminding Ine, when Silla is attacking, she's catching her on the way up, so go a little earlier, get that block in place, and try and be ready and formed by the time the attack comes. Good advice. 21-15. De Gradi. Another one to fall victim, perhaps to the circumstance. Hasn't found quite that rhythm in the attack. I don't feel as though any player has really gotten going in the serve just yet. Still only the first set, but normally by this time you've seen some really aggressive shots. That one flipping the tape. Auto underneath it. Silla over the top. And again, that's a great swing to avoid the block. But going just deep enough that she avoids the court as well. Like that snap. A lot of arm involved there. Romania, 17-21. Big block. Doesn't work though. Antropova. High and hard is the name of the game for the youngster. Still only 20 years old. But with an arm like you haven't seen in decades. Rips it through the block there. Just that tiny bit of space that she saw. Big block from Lubian. Doesn't stay though. Back to the middle. Quick feed from Otto. And that is the difference between a high-level team and an average team. Things aren't perfectly in situation, but the one-armed set from Otto just puts a hand up there, gets things out of the way from the blockers on the other side, feeds it up to her middle, and her middle is ready and waiting. That's the kind of action you're going to see out of these kind of teams. Federica Squarcini, Polignano, middle blocker. Again, looking for the serve, not finding it. Bruno gets Italy back into business. Degradi again firing from the backcourt. That's a couple of points in a row now that Otto's seen it, established it. She's been using her middle early. That's why the blockers are following in that direction with Lubian. That opens up that channel in the middle for Degradi to use. I'm also wondering about the lighting in this stadium. If you think about it, normally the lighting's coming directly downwards from the ceiling. In this case, it must be coming from some sideways angle. There might be a light in the front where the server is trying to look at as well. It's getting darker here in Verona. Starting to see some shadows on the players. Sorina Miklaus in for the serve for Romania. It's still set point Italy. Can she keep them alive? Good ball into Silla. She'll get the rip, takes it, and goes with it. And Italy take set number 1. 25-19. Get a chance to look at that play again. And you see the tsunami of attackers coming forward. You've got Silla, you've got Lubian, you've got Degradi, you've got Antropova. All of them. It's like a wave of offense coming from Italy. It is Silla to finish it off there with the wrist snap, but that is what you're looking at if you're Romania. All those players coming in your direction, and you got to try and slow down any of them at any given time. Well, good start for Italy here at home. 1 set up. Have a look at some of the stats here. 14 kills out of Italy. Romania just 7. Italy also in the blocks and the aces. 1-1-0 for Romania. Italy, in fact, more errors. That surprises me. I had a feeling that Romania was the one committing most errors. They committed 9, but Italy with 12. So still to win convincingly at 25-19 despite so many errors, and a lot of them coming from the serve. Again, we're talking about, here you can see there the lighting coming from interesting angles. It's a beautiful stadium. But as far as playing volleyball, it might take some getting used to. Here's where Romania's setter has been contacting the ball. You want it to be inside that green circle. Only 18% have been. 64% have been forcing the setter to run here, there, and everywhere, and then try and make plays. And that's a really difficult ask. Usually you can't use your middle. Usually you're forced to use high balls. Now contrast that with Italy's setter contact point. 40% are in that circle, and then 37% in a little bit wider circle. Only 27% where Otto or somebody else has to run and step into set. But you saw a lot of the middle blockers and the liberos doing that action. But for the most part, that's been the difference maker. Well, if you're just joining us, there is the set score. Italy 1, Romania 0. 25-19 is how it had it happened. But have a look at this stadium. The Arena di Verona. The light show begins. This is one of the most beautiful stadiums I think I have ever seen a volleyball match played inside of. I almost feel like I shouldn't even talk over these scenes. I should just let you appreciate the beauty of what's happening. Can you imagine being inside this stadium, feeling this energy, indoor, outdoor volleyball? You gotta get yourself to Italy if you're even within flying distance. This is what our sport is all about. Moments like this. Well, as much fun as we're having at this concert, the volleyball must go on. And indeed it will do. Second set underway. Romania with the first serve, and a freebie goes the way of Italy. Well, having a look at the players out there on court, Italy looks like they've sent out pretty much the same starting lineup. Romania as well, not much changes so far as Umbriano gets things underway for her team. Goes off, I think the elbow of Silla there looks like she maybe got just inside. Yeah, she's got her hands in the right place. Still nobody been able to find that rhythm in the serve. Antropova, best server of the Italian League in 2023. Let's see what she's got. Takes a bit of heat off it, keeps it in play though, out of system for Romania, off hands and deep to the corner. Smart play by Ine. Not only is she swinging high, she's swinging hard, she's swinging deep, and she's targeting the opposite in defense. There you go, you see Katarina has to put her hands over her head to try to defend that. That's not her comfort zone. She wants to be down on the floor with her platform. Ina again. Goes for a sharp one. I like the idea. Can't falter for trying to get past that big block. Had success earlier though with that high deep swing, and that's always, we get some drone footage. Oh, go on. Go through the hole. Oh, I thought we were going to get it to go through the hole. Off hands. Great defense. Otto. No time to get there. Interestingly, I think she backed herself to get there with her speed. I almost feel like that might have been better left to the libero. You can see there. Would have been able to take one step, walk in, just take a platform set to it. Instead, Otto sprawling out for it. That's the hustle. Ine. Sharp serve, gets a free ball, but wastes it. Ooh, Silla with the jump set as well. Doesn't fall just yet. Outside, Romania going deep. Here comes the setup to Pietrini, who finishes it off, and that's a great swing, but you got to think backwards into this set, into this point. It was an overpass, a free ball for Romania. They had to take advantage of it, didn't, and that's what happens. Let Italy play, and they will. Remember, Italy are defending champions of this tournament here on their home soil. Great swing though, Guterres making a statement with that one. The 24-year-old outside hitter getting up early. She's catching Danesi a little bit late. Guterres was the best outside hitter in the Romanian league in 2022. Deep serve on Silla. Oro sends it back. Antropova through the block. What I like about Antropova is even when things don't look perfectly in system for her, she's finding a way to adjust. So she's got her feet in the right place. She's falling forward and still able to get that past the block. Finding a solution, finding that crack in the wall of the block. Ball in from Albu. Great cover as well. High ball set. Guilianu wide past the blockers. Great change up there. It's an out of system set. Good cover to start. And you can see how wide that ball is. Guilianu knows she only has one direction to go. And Italy, I'm saying the ball's outside the antenna. You've got to close to the antenna. Make sure that that attacker can't go anywhere down the line. Still plenty of volleyball to play here in this second set. Romania with a tough start, strong start against Italy after that 25-19 first set. Quick ball through the middle, bit low. Chance again in there, reaching, flying. And there's the difference. You see that ball tight, low, and not able to do what she wants to do with it there. Into the block, Danesi reading it so well. Pietrini keeps it in play. Guilianu gets the ball back fast, but into the block. In it, out of system. Rolled into Oro. Oh! Scramble play, have to send a free ball. Chance now for Romania. Can they put it away? No! A big block from Italy. A monster block. And have a look at this. Oro trying her best to get out of the way. Vecino still somehow making the play. That is incredible action there, and the blockers all over it.
Go quick.
Timeout now.
But if Rory is not involved in the transition, careful, try to play the pipe here, okay? Because she has a proper over there, and the mirror is doing option 4. She has 4 hands there, okay? But let's go.
Well, there's a lot of things that have been improved from set number 1 to set number 2 for Romania, but one of the things I have to keep harping on is when they get that free ball, that has to be a guaranteed point. It's a couple times now where they either gave the ball back to Italy or hit directly into the block. Got to be smarter, got to be able to work that to your advantage when you get the opportunity. Bit low into the block. Guilianu again. This one kept alive on Italy's side. Fast outside, tip over. Smart by Silla. Again, a lot to do with Oro here, feeding her up. Gets that ball inside, but Silla sees. Guilianu's actually in a good position there. She's reading it well. She'll know Silla from the Italian league. And then the middle blocker stabbing at it. That's the last thing you want to do. Free ball. There again, another stab. Comes back over though. This is the opportunity. We see some conversation about touch. Will there be a challenge?
It's okay. Challenge. Check the score.
Well, it looked like they were about to have a block touch challenge, and maybe one of the players eventually admitted to it. So, cancel challenge, on we go. Chance for Italy on the outside, one-on-one. Oh, clever. Danesi sees it, takes it. And I'm wondering if the score is correct. I don't know if it changed back after that mistake, but That looks about right. 10-7. Down the line, Fersino on it. Tip through the middle. Lubian sees the honey pot wide open. And like the Pooh Bear of volleyball. Says I'll have that. Beautiful. Just the softest of touches. No chance for Abu to get anywhere close to that one. What she does so well there is she's not going high. She's already a tall player. Just tickles it behind the block, and that's enough. Silvia Noakalor in the mix for Italy. Good ball in. Defense happening on Italy's side. Chance for Antropova. She goes off hands. High ball set again. Romania, another chance. This time handled nicely. There's the jump set again, Silla. And it works. Pietrini showing off with the hands. The two of them between Silla and Pietrini. It's either one or the other, bump setting, or jump setting, I should say, to the other one, and I love it. I think Silla's pretty happy with it too. What do you think? They must have trained that over and over in training. There is the first ace of the evening. And no surprises where it comes from. Katarina Antropova putting some spin, flipping the tape, and nobody in sight.
It's just like this is going to play a lot of middle.
Timeout called.
To take this tip too, okay? And that's it. Keep working, eh? Don't worry, don't look at the board, eh? Don't look at the board. Always ready for this shot. This is perfect.
Well, the stadium is alive and electric. The fans going crazy for their Italian players, and we love to see it. Maybe not so much if you're Romania, though. Trying to keep themselves focused on the job at hand. Another jump set, Pietrini, and it works. Back-to-back jump sets from the backcourts. Almost as if Pietrini is vying for the role of setter at some point. You know, she's headed to Russia to play as a hitter, but hey, you never know. The world's your oyster when you got hands like that. And Noakalor gets her first kill on the board. Down the line again. Ball a little bit inside, rolled. Chance for Lubian to turn and dump. Into the hands of Noakalor. Stays on Romania's side. Pipe coming. Goes wide. I think it went off the shoulder. Antropova. Like that concentration. Lubian just turning and tossing. But again, Romania with some defensive action as well. Finding the corner eventually in Gurianu. Deep to Silla. Bozio, the second part of the double sub. Another tip from Noakalor, coming in hot, comes in there. It's tight. Good pick up there in the backcourt. Keeping things alive is one, but eventually that tight ball, that's really tough. Tougher than you even realize watching it on screen, because you've got to keep your body out of the net while trying to do something with it. Better for Ine. Doug. Bozio's under that. Two hands thrown. Recycled. Chance again. Pietrini goes sharper cross this time. And it's Gutierrez. to have the final say for Romania. High ball, fast ball, in fact. Chance again. Here comes Silla from the pipe. She's dug. Ine rolling it deep, and again, she had a little bit of success with that when she put a bit more heat on it to try and get the defense to play it, but being a little conservative that time, and when you're going up against a team like Italy, you're just not going to earn points by being too soft. 16-9. Lubian puts some heat on it. Rodica Gutierrez helped her team win the Romanian League in 2021. Tight ball from Bosio through the middle. Goes into hands and out of bounds. Danese turning around saying, "You didn't touch that, did you?" From all the way in the middle of the court to send it off hands and out of bounds. Great skill from Danese, the Novara player. She was actually best middle in Italy, according to Volleybox in 2023. Oro back in the mix. Best setter of the VNL in 2022. Goes for a float. Good ball in, and that's a chance for Romania, and they take it. Beautifully done on that slide. Virlan opening up, creating some space. Getting aggressive through the block there. That one working out nicely, but again, the difference there, the ball going into the hands of the setter. Didn't have to do too much work, and we saw that graphic halfway through between first set and second set, and that's exactly the difference maker. Ball has to be in the hands of the setter. She can run that offense that she wants. Second thing, these unforced errors, the more that creep in, they've been kind of put a cap on that after this first set. Gradi back in the mix for the serve. Gradi actually has a silver medal in the Champions League from 2015 when she and I played together, actually, in Busto Arsizio. Not to just throw myself into the mix, but you know, every once in a while, I like to remind you guys that I do know the sport a little bit. Gradi also, from what I remember playing with her, she's always going to swing heavy. She has such a hard arm, strong arm, goes 100% all of the time, and there you go. Ace serve. Didn't even have to swing her hardest, but goes back, gets her hand on the ball, puts it in a zone where the two players look at each other and watch it hit the floor, and that's another ace serve for Italy. Goes with a little bit more this time, handled better. Off the hands. Chance for Ines. She swings cross. Oro making the move, but not enough to keep it alive. Better placement out of Ine. Blockers working really hard on Italy's side. You see Danese from one side to the other side. This time leaving that tiny bit of space underneath her arms. Just enough for a ball to get past. Romania targeting Tegradi. Antropova to the cross court. That comes back. Free ball situation. Fast to the middle. Tipped again, but heard a whistle. I wasn't sure if this was going to be considered a lift. So low right there. I think she does well to handle that. The point does go to Italy. Must have been a net touch then. Danese got a little bit lucky there, I have to say. Ball set basically to her armpits. We've all been there as middles. Ine to Silla. is blown up, and it comes back again and even harder from Romania. There's that first one. Silla just getting her body behind it, and a great reaction time there from Ungarianu. Sees the ball coming over, says not going to wait for it to go 3 touches. Let's just take care of it right here. Part of the European Golden League bronze medal team in 2022. Captain goes down the line. Handled beautifully by Italy, but the block is working. It's Raiza One, who is reading the situation. There is Lubian. Again, she's been doing really well with those tips, and I think she herself would tell you if she did that same tip, but to the left, would have scored. Of course, easier to say when you're watching it in slow motion after the fact. They serve Romania. First one for them. No surprise there. It's captain Adelina Ungarianu with a hybrid serve, float, top spin onto De Gradi, her left side. It's enough for Italy to call a timeout.
Occhio solo sui tempi, sulla palla morbida. Occhio questa palla qui che entra forte, ok? Oh, sulle difese, loro stanno tenendo soltanto diagonale, ok? Cercando sempre il colpo a incrociare. Quindi state un pelo più in diagonale, con i tempi giusti, ok? Solo questa roba qua, che tanto stanno incrociando sempre, per tirare più forte. Ci siamo? Vai, vai!
Well, trying to decipher a little bit the information there from Mazzanti. He's telling his players, I want to see you a little bit more sharp in the cross in the defense. That's what the Romanian squad is doing right now. When they're attacking, they're going hard cross. So bring your defense a little bit more on that angle, and you'll be sitting right there in the pocket where they're aiming. Or not. He could have said something completely different, but, you know, it sounded good, right? Good timeout. We call that a coach's timeout when they call a timeout after a good serve or a good server at the line and force the error. So point for Mazzanti. 21-15. Italy still in the driver's seat. Antropova finds the libero. Off hands. And a good touch in the block changes the direction, but Ine putting enough heat on that. It comes off the hands there of Lubian, her shoulders are coming off the net just that little bit. Now, if you're a middle blocker, you know you're always told to finish with that inside arm. You never want to reach towards your outside player. You just want to cut off that angle. Sorina Miklaus, the 24-year-old outside hitter, played in Alba Blaj and Arges Pitesti in Romania. It's probably not how you pronounce that, but you know, we try. High ball outside. Otto underneath it. Here comes Silla again. The blockers making money moves against the captain of Italy. Have a look at that. Diving inside, closing the gap to each other. But again, same thing. Virlan pressing that inside arm, cutting off the angle. So there's really nowhere else that Silla could go in that situation. Miklaus continuing from the end line. Italy's now off the net. Better situation now. De Gradi bringing some heat again. It's all or nothing with her arm. And I like seeing Otto getting her involved. First time of asking, it goes to Silla. Same situation, the tsunami of attacks coming from Italy's side, and it's De Gradi to finish it off. 22-17. Down the side to Guterres. She'll go again off hands. Here goes Lubian, deep cross. Does she get the touch? No. A little bit flat for her, perhaps, from I'm not mistaken, she had to come in a little bit. She's made her move to do the slide. Ball doesn't quite arrive to her arm, so she's got to kind of cut it off flat elbow first, and that's dragging it out of bounds. Degradi again with some heat, always with some heat. Alice hot Degradi. Spicy arm for days. Forced a little out of system. Libero has to set, but I like that she sees that space, looks over her shoulder. There it is, just the crack in the armor, and she'll steal it. Overpass, ready for it. Not going down smooth or soft or slow. It is going down right back where it came from, and fast. Good change of direction as well. She's ready, just a little pop up in the air. That brings up set point for Italy. Lubian puts some heat on it. Romania again out of system. Free ball chance. Italy auto goes behind to Antropova, who goes in the net, I believe. Well, it's a little out of character. Perhaps was not expecting the set. We'll give a little credit to the blockers as well. They're well placed there. But it is still set point, Italy. Silla feeds it up. There goes Degradi with a roundhouse tip. Free ball from Ungrianu. Fersino stepping in, auto back outside, and yes, indeed, Degradi cross court with some fire under the bum. Beautiful set, barely a spin on it, and the reaching from the block leaves that spot wide open again. The inside arm, that's what needs to cut off the ball. So, set number 2 done and dusted, and it goes to Italy. 25-19, the exact same set score 2 times in a row here in Verona. This match again part of Pool B, and it is the first match of this CEV Eurovolley competition for 2023. Let's look at some of the stats. 13-11, so a better performance there in the attacks from Romania as well in the blocks, tied up at 2s. A couple more aces out of Italy. And the errors way down from the last time around. So it was something like 13 errors out of Italy last time. So now we have a chance to have a look at the spike contact point of Romania. So pretty well spread out among the left and the right side. A little bit less in the middle, but that's because, again, they're not getting the opportunity to attack those middle balls. The setter is not getting the ball in her position, in her wheelhouse, in that half moon circle that we saw last time. For Italy, they're really heavily relying on the left and the right side. A lot of those balls going out to Silla, to Degradi, to Pietrini, even to Katarina Antropova when she's out there as well. I think if I'm Lubian or Danesi, I'm saying, hey, get me involved. But then again, Oro does such a great job to establish the middle early, as she did. Let's have a chat with Davide Mazzanti.
Coach, what went well, what not very well in this first set? Cosa è andato bene? Cosa non è andato veramente tanto bene in questi primi 2 set?
Ma credo che credo che giocare all'aperto comporti qualche differenza nei tempi di attacco e credo che ci stiamo adattando, e la cosa più difficile penso sia proprio questa, il fatto di gestire i nostri tempi d'attacco come vogliamo.
Quindi cosa c'è esattamente da migliorare nel prossimo set?
Questo, i nostri tempi d'attacco, e poi qualcosa sul muro difesa da fare un pochino meglio.
Perfetto, grazie mille
Grazie a voi.
Facciamogli un grandissimo
Ciao, Verona!
applauso.
One of the best parts about this volleyball action, we get to chat to the coaches mid-match, and I guess all of Verona gets to hear them as well. That's a cool addition. Coach saying he wants to see a little bit better block defense. He's not going to give away too many tactics, obviously, here, knowing that he's going live to the entire world and to the other team, but wants to see a little bit of block attack. See if we have a chance to chat to the other coach here.
Coach, what went well, what not very well in these first two sets?
Well, I think our girls are doing a good job for sure. This environment, this atmosphere is unbelievable, and at the beginning we were a little bit overwhelmed, but I think we are doing good things, considering how physical this team is, right? So when they have good transition, when they include the pipe in the transition, for us it's very difficult.
What are you looking to do to improve moving forward?
I think we have to stay there, exactly what we are doing, try to push a little bit more with the serve to see if we can get them off the net, and just have fun like we are doing till now. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Facciamolo forte l'applauso.
Well, that is a tough ask there by both those coaches to come up with something on the spot. Coach Hernandez saying he'd like to see his team do a little bit better in response to the pipe attack. Easier said than done. The Arena di Verona is on fire. It is so hot that it's blue. That really tip of the flame where it's just extra burn. What a sight to see. Some of the best volleyball players in the world on one of the most beautiful courts I think I have ever seen a volleyball match played on. The light show is a spectacle. The volleyball is a spectacle. And wherever you are at home watching, hope that you are enjoying every moment of this matchup. The CEV Eurovolley competition for 2023 will not disappoint. So far, it has not. And I have no doubt that it's only going to be getting better and better as the days go forward. Lots more matches coming your way all month long. The finals to be played on the 1st and the 3rd of September in Belgium. But we are here in Pool B. Italy and Romania are battling it out head-to-head. 2-0 so far for Italy. Bulgaria, Croatia, Switzerland, and Bosnia-Herzegovina are also in this pool. But there are 24 teams in total across 4 pools looking to find their way into the finals of the championship. There you can see in the background the bright lights of the stadium as the shining stars are enjoying their moment. Italy and their favorite sport coming together in one of the most beautiful spectacles. Well, the players heading back out on court. They've still got work to do. If you're Romania, you're hoping this match is going to 5. If you're Italy, you're wanting to get it done and dusted in this set, which is about to get underway. Set number 3, Italy leading 2-1. And the first serve coming from Pietrini. Romania, high ball outside. Ungrianu goes down the line and she gets it. First point on the board for the Romanian captain. The outside hitter, big swing off Danesi there. Goes for it one more time, gets through that block. Again, Ungrianu played in Busto and Cuneo. Will know these players so well. Heading into Pinerolo as well. Tough serve to the corner. Well taken by Fersino. Through the middle. Danesi again getting that little bit flat ball. And you can see, I think, conversation there between herself and Oro. It's such a fine line between a ball that's just that little bit low. In fact, that ball didn't even look that low. I think she changed direction, just let it go a little long. But anytime you got middle and center connection, it's so important to talk about that afterwards, whether it was correct, whether it was the perfect ball, whether you want it a little higher, lower, left, right. That communication, so important between that center and middle connection. And easy to serve. High ball outside, in it off hands. Inez had a pretty solid career so far herself. Played in South Korea, headed over to play in Poland next season. Was the best server, scorer, and opposite of the V-League in 2023. Another unforced error gives a freebie back to the Italian side. Zagradi finding the starting role this time around, after having been a super sub last couple of sets. Here comes Antropova. Got a couple of aces already. Catches that one on the wrong part of the hand. Roxana Roman. Well, that's 3 service errors already for Romania, if I'm not mistaken. So, Italy has not yet been forced to score a point. Zagradi flips one off the tape, handled nicely by Ungrianu. Big swing on the outside, chance again. Here comes Pietrini this time. She's dug. Ball stays in play, high behind to Ine, who rolls it to Oro. Fersino back to Antropova. From the backcourt, she's a little bit tight, gets stuck under it, and the blockers celebrate. Great pickup there from Fersino, keeps the ball in play. You see there Antropova as she's floating, falling towards the net. That's the advantage to the blockers all day long. Tight ball, Oro handles it, yes. Uses her middle in a tricky spot. See the blocker there. Gutierrez diving with Oro, being fed up the river. Pass to the sideline. Lubian. Another ace serve for Italy. We've been seeing them sparsely throughout the match. But that one is a bullet. Doesn't leave any space between the serve and the net, nor the serve and the sideline. 5 points apiece. Some famous faces in the stadium. Great ball in. Chance behind. Antropova gets a sharp cross court. She's been looking for that spot. And now she's starting to hit that stride. Good pickup there by Danesi, who takes one step off the net, and there, just the shoulder, just the arm is all it takes for Antropova to get that slice.
Be careful with this ball, eh? You need to get space here when she's pushed back and you're back row. You cannot come close to her. Come a little bit here. Okay? and don't try to find a short angle there. Try to go big, like system, okay? Good wrist, good snap, and go.
Well, Italy have four-time Olympian Francesca Piccinini in the stadium, who we just saw a sneak peek of. And they will be feeling all that Olympic prowess behind them as they are now 2 points up in this third set against Romania. Great ball over, gets Antropova on the floor. Piccinini tries her luck, but no, Romania come back firing. They are not going down without a fight. Piccinini goes sharp cross there, but the run down and then another ball just a little bit inside. As Danesi's closing that block up nicely, but because that ball falls just inside, it's underneath, inside her left arm. Stadium still enjoying everything. Those are courtside seats, the best in the house. Well, Degradi's been having a lot of success so far since coming in halfway through that first set. It's the first time I think we've seen an error out of her, and the attack goes just long, but again, a lot of heat on her arm. She whips that thing. Piccinini getting underneath the block. Great connection. Otto giving her some speed as well. You see the blockers hanging there with Danesi. Have to jump double time. But because that ball's so fast, it's basically like a double quick out of Piccinini. Otto down the line. Ine into the block. Nicely done. And we heard Mazzanti talking about wanting a little more discipline out of the block defense. I have a feeling that's what he's talking about there. You see Antropova diving in. She wants to join Danesi, but you see how much space there is. She hasn't really closed the gap. She's just kind of given a target to the attacker. 8 points apiece. High ball coming. There it is, Antropova winding up again. Romania hasn't really found a solution to Antropova, and that's even a super difficult shot. You see she has to run all the way across the court in that one rotation just to make sure she's on the right side when she attacks. Great dig, Otto. Sets up a high ball down the line. Here comes a free ball back to Italy. Chance to finish this point. Pipe for Pietrini does not go. Romania hanging in there with some super defensive efforts. Again, 4 attackers in position for Italy, so Romania let off the hook there. 9 points apiece. Antropova, she rolls. High ball outside. Andrianu with some heat down the line. That one felt personal. Love that width she gets as well. So she's seeing how much space is there. Antropova stepping in, diving a little bit to the outside, but she's left so much space between her arms and the antenna. Really well done by Andrianu to take that. Romania doing a great job right now to try and get Italy a little bit on their heels. Tough serve again. Antropova, she tips. Clever, almost comes back, but not quite. I like that we've got bodies on the floor on Romania's side. They're not letting that fall easily, so there are people just scrapping to keep the ball alive. The finish is not there, but the intention certainly is. High ball bump set. Ine. Past the block. Pietrini stepping in the bump set for De Gradi. That's a lovely little cut shot there, but Otto ready for it. Chance through the middle, that's picked up. Here comes De Gradi again, she'll tip. Gurianu going long. Setters out, no conversation though. Situation chance for Romania. Yes, they do get it. And Italy's going to be kicking themselves. Otto making the defense. And then two players not communicating about who's supposed to take that second ball. And here Gurianu, she does not care. That's the moment to capitalize, and she knows it. Romania. 11-11 here in the third. Pietrini puts that ball up. And Lubian for the finish. Marina Lubian, the 23-year-old middle blocker. Best spiker at the World Champs under 20 in 2019. She and her team earned the Club World Champs title in 2023. Back in comes Sylvia Nuakalor. Part of that VNL gold medal winning team in 2022. Antropova down the line. Off the hands and out of bounds, or not off the hands, as the case may be. Well, Romania looked like they got that point. If I'm judging just by the reactions of the players, must have been somebody who admitted to the touch. So the score should reverse. And if I'm not mistaken, it'll be 12-12. There it is. Romania staying really close in this third set. Nito and Shida. Favorite anime for young Italian volleyball players. I had a friend who had a pair of socks with these little characters on them, and I had no idea who they were. If you're a fan, let me know. Off the net, another ace serve for Italy. De Gradi doing the same action as before. Serving up the exact same meal. The ball that just trickles over the net. Gets a lot of players looking, watching, falling. Well, you can tell De Gradi trying to control that one a little more, but she's not really the player to control her arm. She's the best. She's at her best when she just swings completely freely with all her power. I feel like she's trying to rein that in a little bit on this court. Nuakalor getting involved on the right side. Ozio dishing it up to her, nice and high, bit of width as well. So it's one-on-one. Credit to the other players, keeping the blockers distracted, let's say. 13-15. Chance off the hands. That's Doug. Oh, free ball coming back. Italy's keeping it up. Over in one. Here comes Pietrini. High ball, free ball. Chance for Romania. They've got to put this away. No, Italy coming back with a stuff. A monster block out of Italy. Making lemonade out of lemons. That ball really fast to the outside, and you can see what the setter's trying to do there. Wants to introduce that speed, beat the block, especially on a free ball. They know there's going to be four hands in front of them. Overpass. Basically a point for Italy. Yes, indeed, and that's the difference. When Romania are giving up easy situations to Italy, they're converting that into a point. Romania haven't done that so much so far. 13-17, looks like a timeout.
About last transition, you get to a setter, now it's a setter, and I'm waiting for you. It's okay. I told you to play 5 in transition, and you play 2 times out of Everybody's important, don't let them go, huh? Let's go.
Romania playing really good volleyball right now, but Italy looks like they have pulled away just here at the business end of the set, and this is the moment when Romania have to really kick it into second gear if they're going to keep themselves alive in this match. That's not going to help. An ace serve from Lubian landing, and a smile from De Gradi gave her a little bit of her luck. They've been sharing that tape serve that is the nightmare of every middle blocker. Well, a challenge for the service line fault. And you can't help but think this might just be a tactic out of the Rye coach, Wiley. Guillermo Naranjo Hernandez thinking this might just be enough to slow down Lubian. Get her thinking, get her in her own head. Well, I think all the players, all the stadium, and the coach himself know that challenge had nothing to do with an actual service foot fault and everything to do with shifting the momentum back in his team's favor. Let's see if it pays off. Oh, there we go. Mental games continue. Ask for a foot fault and you shall receive a foot fault. That's too good. Congratulations to you, Coach Hernandez. Well, back at it. 4-point spread between the two. De Gradi is dunked. It's coming in, but it's coming out. De Gradi. There is what she loves to do. Swing hard and heavy. There's nothing that the Romanian squad could do but just throw an arm out and try and slow it down. Try and get between the ball and the floor. That's what Ine does. But there's no control in that. There's only keep it off the floor or don't. Sacrifice your body. Otto back in the mix. Head back to serve. And Trapova back in the front court. Not needed for block though. Ball goes behind. Off the net. Kirlan working on that somewhat of a slide, somewhat of a full high ball attack. Gets a good angle on it, but with a bit of help from the net, or a bit of hurt from the net, I guess it should say. Heads out of bounds. 20-14, Italy closing in. Ooh, what a defense, De Gradi. Free ball sent by two players. Otto out of the situation. De Gradi goes on two. Doesn't matter. Recycled. And eventually, Romania hold on to fight another day. Great defensive effort there from De Gradi to keep things alive. And the turn from Antropova. She sees it. She sees that wide open line. Romania down by 5. Make that 6. Well, the writing's starting to be on the wall for this Romanian squad. Italy in front of their home crowd, 2 sets up. Now just need 4 points. That'll help though, Romania. With an aggressive serve off of the arm of Ungrianu. One of the few players on this Romanian side that plays in Italy. So now there's a challenge for floor touch, it looks like. I can't remember which side there might have been a floor touch on. Feels like it was so long ago. I love at least the stadium, the fans in the stadium, and the players on the sidelines. They're seeing themselves on the big screen. It's the most absurd feeling in the world to just be looking up and see your own face on the big screen. That's why you see all these shy, laughing faces, but it's good fun. Just a reminder to be in the moment, live where you are. Playing on the big stage and enjoying every moment of it. Love to see it. There we go. Floor touch? Nope. Great up by Fersino. Deep serve to get us back underway. Good cross swing. Looking for the touch. Ungrianu. So I'm not sure that Romania have any more challenges left. They challenged a foot fault and they didn't get it. They challenged a floor touch and they didn't get it. By my count, they're out of challenges for this set. Unless one of those previous ones was a referee's challenge. That's all I can think of. But either way, Romania looking for the touch. This could be a crucial point. Oh, maybe it's Italy challenging for block touch. Okie dokie, that makes more sense. So Italy saying we did not touch it. We will challenge your call. And they were correct. They did not touch it. They get the point. And on we play. 15-22. You know, even I get confused sometimes. Watched a lot of volleyball, played a lot of volleyball in my life, but can't blink an eye. Great pickup. Chance for De Gradi. She's dug. High ball to the belt. Fersino steps in. There comes Antropova, and that shot deep to the corner that was working against her earlier on. Ine was finding her in the defense this time. She does the exact same thing. Tit for tat. Deep between the two players, getting caught. Platform in the other platform. Just proof again that you don't have to serve, you don't have to swing as hard as humanly possible. You just got to find the right spot in that instance. Just make the team communicate a little bit. Here comes Pietrini. To the middle. Great ball in. Middle is able to swing. Doesn't matter though, it's dug. And Antropova, does she get a touch? Yes, she does. Beautifully done by Italy. And now they find themselves on the verge. Oh, look at that sprawling dig from Pietrini. That is teamwork if I ever saw it. Chance for set and match point. 24-15. Pietrini. Now to Ungariano. Step in, bump set into the net. No touch. Point for Italy. And that is it. Italy have taken the opening match here in the Women's CEV Eurovolley competition for 2023. First win on the board in Pool B goes to Italy. And they couldn't be more deserving here in front of their home crowd in this open air stadium in Verona. Absolutely beautiful spectacle of volleyball and entertainment. Well, Romania can hold their heads up high. They played aggressive, consistent volleyball, but they just lacked that little bit here and there. A couple too many errors in the serve as well. They weren't able to slow down those big swings out of Antropova and Degradi there at the end. 25-19 twice in a row, and then 25-15 is how that third set ended. As the light show begins once again, the party now officially starts for the fans in the building. There's some of the stats there. 41 attacks to 27. That just tells me they were in a position, Italy was in a position to attack more often than not. They were recycling more often than not. 4 blocks to 3, 6 aces. A lot of those trickling off the net and down, but they controlled their errors towards the end there and making it a really solid performance by this host nation. And the selfie de la Vittoria with the stadium in the background will be one of the best. Fantastic performance out of many of the players. Pietrini in the defense, but also with some of her crazy jump sets from the backcourts. Otto feeding it up to her players. Here's a look at the spike velocity. So those green ones over 80 kilometers an hour. A lot of those ones from Italy. It's hard to tell where they're attacking on the court. I'm guessing that's where they're taking off from when they attack, or where they're landing. Difficult to tell. But more often than not, they're attacking over 80 kilometers an hour. So Romania having to play defense against some really tough swings coming out of Italy. Well, if we're lucky, we'll get an interview. Yes, we will. Lice Degradi is on the mic.
Congratulations on the victory. Great match. First of all, how do you feel here? It's amazing atmosphere.
It's crazy. We was so emotional for this match. All Italian people come here to see us in this beautiful place, and we was so excited about this, and we are so happy for how we started.
Yeah, we can actually see them all celebrating still. Technically speaking, what's your comment on the game? What was the key to the success? You were close maybe in the beginning of the third set, so how did you do it?
I don't know. I think we all the time believed in ourselves, in our potential. So also in the third set, when we was point to point, we continued to play how we know, and with calm we went out. So happy.
Thank you very much and good luck in the next games.
Thank you. Bye.
Beautiful words there from Lice Degradi. She is always smiling. I have to say, one of the things about her great teammate as well as a great volleyball player. So good to hear from her. Fantastic performance with her 11 points. A couple of aces there as well. Well, that is it for today. 3-0 for Italy, but there's more volleyball coming up over the next few days. You're not going to want to miss it. Next up tomorrow, first up, Switzerland taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina. So make sure you tune in for that. Well, it's been a fantastic spectacle of volleyball, but I will leave you with these scenes. Slow motion action from the match. 3-0, Italy over Romania. From all of us here at the CEV and the Eurovolley Competition 2023, my name's Key Michael. It's been an absolute pleasure hosting this match. We'll see you on the next one.